Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Work in Progress Part 2. I am one
What
of you.
episode, dude?
Well, technically, this is just building on what we said last time, so I figure it's pretty much part 2 of Part 1. That's Episode 1. So,
Fair enough.
okay, good. Now, back to the introduction. Work in Progress. I am one of your co-hosts, Mike the Maverick Rooker. You can follow me at Twitter at Maverick Rooker. Fuck you, Matt. You know you like it. I plugged in my own freaking WWE 2K.
I just can't believe you gave yourself a nickname.
I'm sorry. Mike Rooker does not. Technically, Mike Rooker is taken, and he's a decent actor.
I don't know. Go with the middle initial. Go Michael J. Fox style.
Michael MJR, yeah. Michael James Rooker. Yeah, that doesn't roll off the
Michael
tongue.
J. Rooker. I can dig it.
Now you tell me, you son of a bitch. And with me, as always, is Matthew Breeze.
Absolutely. Follow me at mshiz90 on Twitter.
Yeah, you're lucky I didn't plug your shit for you this time.
It happens. As long as it gets plugged.
Attaboy. So, last time we were discussing building a WrestleMania around a single main event, which was The Shield versus Rock, Austin, and Triple H. Today, we're going completely in a different direction, we'll say. Because now we're just going to build fantasy matches that no one's have told us yet.
Yeah. Basically a top 10.
Basically a top 10. And if you've gone to YouTube, watched WWE's top 10 fantasy countdowns, we are not using any of those. Because let's face it, everyone wants to see Shawn Michaels versus The Rock or Hulk Hogan versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're not going to get that. Well, we're not going to say that anyway, because we'll never get that. We'll probably get John Cena versus Hogan at WrestleMania.
In all fairness, we're probably not going to get most of these matches.
Fair enough. But I pray to God we don't get John Cena versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania.
That's the rumor.
32. If we do,
That is the rumor.
everyone's going to be like, yay, go away now.
It's going to be a 4-minute match.
That match
And it'll be the most work John Cena's ever done.
Literally, he hits who goes over in that match?
Hogan.
Hogan?
You got to put Hogan over. I mean, it's going to be the ugliest match in history, but... So, it'll be like Hogan's second best match ever.
What was his first match ever?
His best one? Shawn.
Well, couldn't you technically say that'd be his third then? Because the second was him and Rock?
Yeah, fair enough.
So let's
Just let me put down Hulk Hogan and John Cena at the same time. I don't get many opportunities to do both.
let's say Cena digs his own grave. Hogan hasn't been relevant for the past 20 years. 30?
Nah, you give him 15.
15?
Yeah, 15, give or take a few years.
We'll figure the NWO.
Because you got WrestleMania 18, and then there it goes.
Then it's just pretty much like...
Although he still won the Undisputed title after that.
Did he really?
He did.
I don't remember that.
Yep. I think Brock beat him for it, actually.
That was another interesting rumor. Hogan wanted Lesnar at 30. That's a
Actually, film.
Are you kidding me? It's just if you guys watched the live show of The Beast in the East, where Brock Lesnar German suplexed Kofi and it looked like Kofi nearly freaking died. Think that
Hogan would die on that, though.
Exactly. That's my point. Hogan, it'd be literally a death. It'd just be like.
That's what I said. It'd be a snuff film.
All right, now back to the topic at hand before we carried away.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
Yeah. One of my matches I thought of would be a good mid-card match for like an IC title, maybe. Shawn Michaels versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
That would be a hell of a match.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think if you ever got any facsimile of that match, and I don't think you did.
Oh, other rule, or I'm not sure if it's a rule, but try. No fourth matches set up. So, like, if you Rock versus Austin 4, can't do that.
Well, it's not a fantasy match at that point, because you've already seen it 3 times.
All right, fair enough. No, I'm just saying. Because
the point of a fantasy match is that you've never seen it before.
Well, I figure fantasy matches people will match people want to see, like Sting versus Undertaker. And that's one we can't do.
But
so.
right now, that's a fantasy match, though. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Because it's never happened. Well, at least as both participants being themselves. But, no, that'd be a hell of a match, though. And that doesn't even have to be mid-card. That could be a world title match.
True. But Steamboat's never actually had a world title, has he? He did.
Yeah, WCW.
I forgot about WCW. I forgot he was in WCW for a very while. Then he came back to WWE with that weird fire breathing gimmick.
Well, that was just that was Ricky. I don't know. I don't know what else to say beside that. But yeah, no, it was. It's kind of a mind blower, actually.
Yeah.
There's just too much awesome in one ring.
Pretty much.
I'm trying to think. What kind of match would I like to see? You know, it'd be an interesting match. The Macho Man versus CM Punk.
Yeah, it's on WWE's top 10 though.
Is it?
Yes.
See, I don't watch any of that shit on YouTube.
I've seen it once, and I remember all of them sadly because I'm not much of a nerd. I have a better CM Punk match for
I'm
you.
kind of surprised that would be up there, actually. I mean, everybody loves Macho Man, but you don't see him put in many fantasy matchups. Just throwing it out there. But,
Punk versus Samoa Joe.
I mean, we've seen that, though.
Not in,
ROH has made that match. They made buku money off that match.
again, I never watched ROH, so
Yeah, but you know it happened.
yeah, I know it happened, but
Well, then it's not a fantasy match. It's what we're just discussing.
technically, I'm saying under the banner of WWE.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it's not a match that has happened already. Would it be better this time around? Probably, because they're both more experienced and both can work the crowd better. But my point stays the same.
Fuck you and your logic, man. God damn it.
Hey, these are your rules, son.
I make a rule and then you just twist it like fucking DX.
I work with it. You know, it would be a really interesting match, and it's probably somebody's already come up with, but the Rockers and the Hardy Boys.
You know, that does seem like one. I got a different take on that. Give me the Usos and the Hardys. Similar styles, yet
I think the Rockers and the Hardys would work better. Truthfully, I think they would. Like, give me, 98 Hardys versus pretty much any incarnation of the Rockers that involves Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
isn't that all the Rockers are? Isn't Shawn
No,
Michaels?
because they had the new Rockers, and I forgot who Jannetty teamed up with. I think it was Al Snow, actually, but I don't know.
Well, then fuck Al Snow.
But, well, he was Leaf Cassidy but at the time. But it's who became Al Snow.
I'm trying. What else we got?
Austin and Arn Anderson.
That'd be a hell of a match. How about Austin has said this once. He wouldn't mind facing Sheamus. An Austin Sheamus match.
See, I don't know how well that would work.
It's
Like, I know he wanted to do it, but I'm just saying, I just don't know how well that would work.
Isn't Arn technically like a older, rougher kind of just like Sheamus character? Slightly.
Kind of. I mean, but Arn's a lot smoother in the ring. And he honestly could work a crowd better. I just think it would be overall more entertaining match. Like, they are similar styles, very much so, but...
All right. What about Damn, it's really hard to do nowadays. How about the
Well, we've seen a lot of them.
Rock versus What about Rock versus I want to put him against no, Corbin be too much reminiscent of Lesnar. What about?
See, there's a lot of guys I'd love to see Rocky have a shot at. Sting, Macho Man, Warrior.
Oh, I can imagine Macho Man, especially
Imagine those promos. You don't have a damn clue what Macho Man's talking about, but he's entertaining the shit out of you. And then you got The Rock just going left and right, doing whatever he does.
He'll go left. He'll go left, then zigzag, do a U-turn, double back,
Pretty much.
then crisscross, and then do whatever, and then you'll be like, I don't know what the fuck I just followed, but I know that
But
was
it's okay.
exactly because it was electrifying.
True.
What about go for it.
What about Brock Lesnar versus the Ultimate Warrior?
Oh, pretty much the Ultimate Warrior versus the Ultimate Warrior.
Kind of. But that's a match I would actually like to see. It may not be the most technically sound match,
you're looking at it's pretty much Arn versus Stone Cold, except it's more physicality.
I was going to say, it's pretty much what we saw at WrestleMania this last year, where Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar beat the holy hell out of each other for 20 minutes, and they both looked like they both went through a war after they were done.
More Roman than anything, but I digress. But there was still a hell of a war.
He's not the one that was bleeding from 4 different spots after the match.
Fair enough. Damn, yeah, shit.
I mean, he did have the busted lip, don't get me wrong, but Lesnar had one under the eye, he split his head open. I think he got cut somewhere else, too. I think over an eyebrow.
Did he get cut in his cheek, too?
Yeah.
With that first punch, just like, all of a sudden he gets cut.
Yeah, that was the one
Boom.
right here. It was right on the cheekbone.
Damn. All right, what about... Let's find one with Triple H and Samoa Joe.
That'd be an interesting match. I would like to see that. See, with Triple H, it's hard, though, because he's wrestled so many people.
Same with The Rock.
Yeah. Well, they both came up at that same time where... And with Rock, it was different because Rock had a lot of these guys through his twilight. But you get Triple H that had guys like The Warrior in WrestleMania 12, I think it was. Like, really? And I mean, it wasn't Triple H as we know him, but...
No, it was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I mean, and it was like a 30-second match. It was a terrible match. I don't know why they put that at WrestleMania, but...
It's pretty much just so the Warrior can come back, get his spot, and leave.
It was weird because... I don't know if you've ever seen that match.
Yeah, I have. It literally...
he comes out, Triple H pedigrees him.
Warrior gets immediately...
Starts celebrating. He jumps up, boom, boom, hits his little doodad there, the gorilla press, splashes him, 1, 2, 3, match over. Yeah. I'm like, really? That's it? Although, like I said, I think that is WrestleMania 12. So later in the night, you do get Shawn and Brett. So that makes up for more than its fair share.
I've got a slightly interesting one. Give me, for actually, I'm not sure about how Styles will work, but for look-wise, Edge versus Corey Graves.
That'd be interesting. I think they would work. They're both good enough that they could adapt to do whatever they needed to do. But what Edge are you giving me? Are you giving me world title Edge, or are you giving me 98-99 Edge?
Give me, like, mid-2000. That's when he had that great run with Cena.
Right.
I figured that would work. That's more...
So his world title, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no, it would still work, but you get the earlier Edge, it'd be more a high-flying match, and if you get the later one, it'd be more technically sound.
Then give me Lita versus Sasha Banks for a Divas match. Hell, give me Lita versus any of the NXT Divas. I think so.
Actually, I think Trish Stratus and Sasha Banks would be a better overall match.
You think?
I think the styles match up better, if I could spit it out.
Oh, if you want to go Styles, I can go again.
Then give me like Lita and Paige.
I was gonna say Lita and Becky Lynch for the whole.
That too.
As Corey Graves says, it's like Becky Lynch mocks the devil horns, and what does Lita usually do? Devil horns. Actually, that'd be an interesting mixed tag match. Lita and Edge versus Corey Graves and
Becky Lynch.
That would be actually interesting styles clash right there.
Absolutely.
But Trish and Sasha, I like. Trish and Paige would be an interesting one too.
Oh yeah. Paige is another one. You could probably put her in the ring with anybody, and you'd be okay with.
How about Paige and Victoria? Because they were both technically crazy chicks.
I like it.
And Victoria was more of a powerhouse than a...
Yes. Charlotte and Chyna.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that one.
Why?
I just don't... To me, Chyna was never really the female wrestler. We give her...
She won the IC title.
I get that, but
I think twice.
But do you realize she's a fucking Amazon, right? She was bigger
and
than
you realize that Charlotte's fucking huge?
Charlotte doesn't look that huge. She looks skinny as hell.
Not really. She's kind of ripped. She'll make you look small. Maybe not height-wise, but...
It was one of the... It was Sasha's submission when she bent her... All of a sudden, you see her rib bones.
Yeah.
She's like...
Do you see how far she can bend?
Still didn't look like she had muscle on her. She looked... I'm just saying.
I don't even know what to say to you.
I'm just saying.
I don't even know.
I'm not going to
slap
say...
the shit out of you.
I'm not saying she doesn't look great. I'm just saying. She doesn't look ripped.
slap the shit out of you.
Well, obviously, one fantasy match that you and me have both been pulling for is Finn Balor versus The Undertaker.
Absolutely. WrestleMania this year. Calling the shot.
Bayreuth.
Yep. All the way down in Texas.
I'm not pointing just past the stadium. I'm pointing all the way down to Texas, the Dallas Stadium, where they'll actually have something good playing for once. Oh, shot to the Cowboys.
Oh. Do you really need to shoot the Cowboys, though? I mean, kind of do it to themselves. Right in the foot every year.
Not technically, Tony Romo just likes to throw the balls to the other team.
True.
Yeah, I can make Cowboy jokes all night.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Very true. All right, so we got some. Let's get some new guys. Roman Reigns. We can put Roman up. Actually, for a physical match, I think would work. Either give me Hardcore Holly. I'm not sure how well
that would work. That would work. I don't know. On paper, it doesn't pop for you, but I think it would be a surprisingly good match.
For more again, it's more of a physical match. Like we haven't had many technical matches.
Well, I mean, a lot of the technical matches happen though. I mean, you get the only other ones you could do is put Daniel Bryan against everybody. You know what I mean? Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Bret Hart.
Actually,
a lot of those have been thought of. You know what I mean? So.
How about another one is Kalisto versus Rey Mysterio, obviously.
Absolutely. Give me Rey in WCW.
You gotta get the early right?
Right, before his knees were shot. Although, give me Daniel Bryan versus Ric Flair. Like early 90s Ric Flair.
Okay, so you're going like vintage Flair almost.
Oh yeah, the good Flair. Not that abomination we've seen in the early 2000s.
Now which Daniel Bryan we going? We're going Beardy?
Pick any Daniel Bryan. Any of them in the WWE. Pick any of those.
I'm going to go with the bearded one just because he's more over, and I just want to hear him go, yes! And I just want to see Daniel Bryan just go, yes. All of a sudden, Flair comes out of that corner before he does the running thing. Woo! Yes! Woo! And all of a sudden, you just see him just go chop the chop back to back. It's like all of a sudden, Daniel Bryan chops, yes! Ric Flair chops, woo! It'd just be like...
It'd be an entertaining match. And you wanted a technical match, I mean... That'll give you a technical match.
Not to mention Flair could would work that crowd to the fucking bone.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's one thing I never appreciated Flair for until I watched a match a while back. I can't remember what it was. So help me, I'm sorry, Flair. But I didn't realize how well he worked the fucking crowd.
Oh, yeah. He was an NWA champion for like 9,000 years for no reason.
All right. Well, obvious one, Dean Ambrose versus Cactus Jack.
That would be a hell of a match.
Do
you want Cactus or do you want Mankind? Or I would rather have Dude Love. I'm not gonna lie.
Actually, no.
Foley hates on Dude Love all the time, which is funny because that's who he always wanted to be. But just that goofy ass Dude Love we got versus Dean Ambrose, who's pretty damn goofy himself.
Actually, make it interesting. 2 out of 3 falls match, or not 2 out of 3. Make it like a 15,
best of 3 series.
I wouldn't say best of 3, but make it like an Iron Man match. But every time Foley gets pinned, he like rolls onto the ring, rolls back out as a different character.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You do a best of series because every match you can come out as a different character.
Fair enough. I like that. I like that idea. Okay. Because that would just be interesting. Because you see Dean Ambrose, all of a sudden, Dude Loves music hit. Dean's like, all right, I'll party a little bit. Hits the Dirty Deeds real quick, pins him. All of a sudden, Foley disappears. Like, where'd it go? All of a sudden, you hear Mankind's music hit, and then all of a sudden, it's just like that. Dean Ambrose.
I know what Mankind are you getting? Are you getting demented Mankind, who is just evil, or are you getting goofy Mr. Sacco Mankind?
You gotta go goofy Mr. Sacco Mankind.
I think it would be interesting to see him play menacing Mankind against Dean Ambrose right now.
Oh, see, the reason I go
because they're two kinds of crazy. I'm just saying, you got Dean acting all wacky, and then you got Mick over there as like deranged Mankind, just, like pulling his hair out
and just rocking in the corner.
Right, like I think it would be interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, if make those 2 normal matches, then the third one has got to be the has to be a hardcore or street fight. Do something with weapons with Cactus Jack. I'm not gonna lie, I would love Cactus to bring up Barbie again.
It was always good.
And I'm not gonna, as everyone likes. Edge mentioned something on one of his DVDs once that everyone's seen Foley go through the thumbtacks. Foley's only done that like maybe twice in his career, I think.
What, the thumbtacks?
At least on WWE.
He did them. Well, he did it in the Hell in a Cell match. Well, he's done it in 2 Hell in a Cell matches actually. Because the 2000 Royal Rumble, the one that Rock won, or no, it wasn't that one. It was in that year though, because they had a Hell in a Cell match with Cactus that they had. He brought out the thumbtacks for. He did it with Edge. I want to say he did it like one other time or two, a couple of times.
No, with Edge,
it wasn't many.
With Edge, he threw him on he threw Edge on the thumbtacks.
Yeah, but but the thumbtack came out,
Yeah, I'm saying when
and I think Foley ended up in the thumbtacks too. So, in that match.
I'm just not gonna lie. I can see Dean Ambrose taking that thumbtack.
Oh, yeah. He took a bandsaw to the head once. I'm talking legitimately a bandsaw
Seriously?
to the head in an indie show.
Good God.
Oh yeah, Dean filled up 3/4 of his bump card very early on.
And he's still taking major bumps.
Oh yeah, he'll probably do it until he can't walk. But
All right, since we got that 2 members, what do we do for Seth Rollins?
the easy one is Jeff Hardy. The incredibly easy one is Jeff Hardy.
What about
I would do Shawn. I could see him going with Shawn. I could see Seth going with a lot of people. Bret Hart would be a great match.
how about Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie would be a great match. Like, there's a lot of guys. Seth is very versatile in that fact. That he can fit with a lot of guys. You can even go back further than that. You could put him with Ricky, Macho Man.
That'd be an interesting match right there. Macho Man and Seth. Old blood versus really old school.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, Seth is kind of like the fact with The Rock, that you can see The Rock being in any time period. Like, if you put him in the 80s, okay, he fits. You put him now, okay, he fits. You know, and you can do the same with Seth. Like, you could put Seth in the Attitude Era, and you'd be like, okay, I can see Seth in the Attitude Era. You can put him back in the 80s, you go, oh, I can see him there too. Like, he's pretty much versatile wherever he goes, and he can fit anywhere, so.
All right, now for the tougher one, where do we put Cena? It's not Hogan.
Again, the easy one's Hogan. Warrior would be an interesting match. It wouldn't be the best match you've ever seen. I'm thinking more along the lines of WrestleMania 6. You'd get that type of match. It probably wouldn't be that hot, but...
Why not relive his WrestleMania 20 moment and put him with, like, Yokozuna? So you can put Yokozuna on his damn back.
Well, he probably could. But again, you're looking at another boring match.
I'm not... From Cena, I don't expect great matches unless he's put it with someone that's great.
Well, yeah, we've discussed that before.
But I think putting him in that type of gimmick match, if you will, doesn't really put him in the negative, like, at all.
Right.
It doesn't help him, but it definitely doesn't do worse for him. All right. Randy Orton you could put with a lot of decent people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We always... Honestly, for current one, I would like to see him go against Bray Wyatt.
Yes and no.
Yeah,
I would like to see it, but again, it's probably going to lead to Bray being buried again. So,
honestly, I'd rather see Bray go over in that one.
Well, yeah, I would like to see Bray go over in a lot, but he ends up losing a lot too. So,
fair enough. Who else we could put Randy with? Jake the Snake Roberts.
Absolutely.
Viper versus the Viper. Was that? No, that wasn't a WWE Top 10. I'm surprised that wasn't. It's actually I'm glad for it.
No. But again, another easy one is Austin. To put Orton with.
Make him go back to the old legend killer he was.
Not even. You can keep him now, and he still fits well with Austin.
True enough. Then he wrestled The Rock and Sock, so we can't put him with those guys.
Right. What a disappointing match. WrestleMania 20, that handicap match, was so disappointing.
It was. Well, even Stone Cold told Foley, you dropped the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, Foley
knew that already, though.
Oh, yeah. Of course, what did he do? He faced Edge, and all of a sudden he just fucking tore the house down with that match.
But he also, if you listen to him talk about it, he trained so much harder for that match than he did. Because he knew how bad he dropped the ball at 20.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I got to really come back and do this.
My favorite comment was when he was doing... Go on the WWE... If you have the WWE Network, watch Foley's Cheap Pops. Wait till the last...
Which I still have not watched.
Watch the last, last 5 minutes, maybe. He talks about talks about getting ready for that match. He's listening to his headphones and whatnot.
Oh, yes. I've heard that story, yes. That was a good
Someone
one.
walks to the door. I won't say who. He looks at him, closes the door, walks away because he literally was scared, and he literally comes back. It was Kane. He's like, he was frightened. So Kane's like, what were you listening to get in the zone? It looks like you were ready to kill somebody. He's like, here you go. And Kane puts it on, listens for about maybe 30 seconds, takes it off. It was some classical music stuff. And Kane
It was
says,
a Christmas song. I forgot who did it, but it was a Christmas song.
and Kane literally says, remind me never to fuck with you. When you think of Kane, you think Big Red Monster. He's obviously very intimidating, unless you, with the mask anyway. You give me Kane in the Hawaiian T-shirt we saw. But
Those were just funny. You can't even shit on that.
Those were
funny.
Those were
because they were
photoshopped.
That's why they were funny. They were so bad that it was funny. And I think that's kind of the point of it. Like, I think they were making fun of their own story, going, look, we're not even going to have him actually do this. We're just going to take pictures we've taken of him and Photoshop him into terrible Hawaiian photos. Which made that hilarious.
The best.
I laughed so hard every time they put, like, all 8 of those pictures up. I was dying.
The best one was Kane playing the ukulele. And JBL just made the comments like, "That's not a ukulele. That's a guitar." Kane's just so big it looks like a ukulele.
I don't know. I like the one where he was trying to like raise the lava out of the volcano.
That was great. The better one was the dancers in the back. He's just like sitting there with a Mai Tai. And just like
Those. I can't even shit on those. Those were funny.
all right. Speaking of Kane, who will you put him with?
See, he's another one. He's had a lot of those matchups already.
Same with Jericho too.
Like, for an easy one, you could go Andre. 2 big men.
Fair.
But I mean, I think he's had Hogan already. When Hogan came back, he's had Flair. I mean, the only other one major name he hasn't had is like Warrior. But I don't see that as really popping off the, you know.
Mantar.
Get your ass out of here, Mantar. What a horrible gimmick. Jesus Christ.
What will we do about Jericho now? Since I mentioned him, has he faced Bret Hart? Because that's one of his.
I don't think so, and that would be a match I'd love to see.
Walls of Jericho versus the Sharpshooter.
I can honestly tell you, I know this match has already happened, but I want to see Jericho versus WrestleMania 3 Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, is Ricky in his prime?
Yes. Give me Ricky in his prime. I mean, like, I know the older Ricky has happened, and they did that, and that Ricky was amazing.
Just imagine him in his prime.
So I can't imagine those two going at it in their prime.
Ugh. So we're talking when Jericho beat Rock and Austin the same night, right?
That still pisses me off.
Why? Does he beat The Rock?
You know, because he beat The Rock and Austin in those prime. Listen, it was still real to me, damn it. Like, that shit was legit. If I ever met Jericho today, I would yell at him for beating Rock and Austin in the same night and be like, you're a dick. And he'd be like, well, I did my job pretty damn well because you're still hot about it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck you.
I love it.
See, that's the fun you miss out on in not watching wrestling as a kid. You don't get those real heated moments. Like, I know it's not even real and it was predetermined and I'm still pissed about it. But that was my reaction back then.
Kind of like Undertaker losing to Brock at WrestleMania 30.
Right, well, that was just shocking. I mean, you can't tell me you saw that coming.
I did not. The moment you hear that 3 count, you're just like, time literally stood still.
I love the fact that you can hear a pin drop. If somebody farted in row 573 at the top, you would have heard it on camera because there was nobody doing anything. Like, there was nobody, you couldn't hear anything. Just no clapping, no like, oh my god, it was just...
You just see Heyman running in the ring going, oh my god, like this just happened.
I get goosebumps thinking about that.
The pin dropping?
Just watching that go down, like, that was such a shocking moment.
I remember John dropping his phone. He's like, did I just see that happen? I'm just like, the moment I hit the 3, I'm just like...
I literally sat there with my hands on my head. Just...
Kind of like that guy that just said yes. Go.
Yeah, kind of. And I just sat there for like 5 minutes. I was just like, I didn't say anything. I was with Kyle, his wife, and another friend, and I just we all sat there stunned silent, just for like 5 minutes until after the promos and the replays were done. And the first words out of anybody's mouth were, "I can't believe that just happened."
The streak is over. It was funny because Cole's like, the streak is, and there's like a little pause is over.
But they're so emotionally charged.
Oh, yeah. Because you see him getting, the streak is over. He says it was like, just like it literally, like it was dying. And
Yeah.
Congratulations, Michael Cole. First time you'll ever be put over.
Do you know who's a guy that's really hard to book a fantasy match for?
Who?
The Undertaker.
Yeah, that's really, he's faced a lot of people. He's had more matches probably than Rock, Austin, and Triple H put together.
He's had a longer career. He's been doing it in the WWE since 1990.
Yeah. Well, obviously, just if we put Finn against him, that's one thing. But who could we put Taker up against now?
I'm going to even make it more tricky. Let's go Taker, old school. Like, before Taker.
Oh, your team, you're talking about me, Mark Calloway, I think it was?
No. I want Taker, but I don't want new guys. I don't want NXT guys. I want guys who have already gone, that he hasn't faced.
Like Dusty Rhodes? No, he's faced Dusty.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I want those old guys. I want to see if you can come up with anything.
Shit.
For those old guys.
He never technically faced Steamboat, did he?
Not that I'm aware of.
He's faced Hogan. He faced Flair. Did he face...
I got one that I don't think he's faced.
Who?
Piper.
I don't think he's faced Piper. He's faced Jake. I mean,
There's another match, too. Jericho and Piper.
I'm not going to lie. Those two just...
And not, again, old Piper that they did the Three Legends, like, good Piper.
You're talking like WrestleMania Piper.
Yeah.
You're talking about Hot Rod.
Yeah. Piper in his prime.
I like that. Piper in his prime. Got a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Piper's prime. The prime
For that
of Piper.
matter, give me Rock and Piper.
Oh, that's right. As soon as Rocky was coming in, Piper was...
Piper left before Rock got there, and Rock left before Piper came back.
Damn. Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been... Mic work would have been...
Amazing.
No, let's find one for the late great Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty? Well, I mean, again, you go Rocky, Austin. Not the best fits, but if you're just taking big name stars, I mean, that's.
What about Jake? Yeah, I don't think he ever faced Jake the Snake.
Not that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen because they were both in the mid card in WWE in that time. So.
I got an interesting one for you. I'm not sure if it actually happened or not. DDP versus Randy Orton Legend Killer version.
I could dig that.
Because it's pretty much the RKO versus the DDP, which is essentially the same
Versus
move.
Diamond Cutter?
Diamond Cutter.
It is the same move.
But it's just...
Orton jumps a little when he does it.
It'd just be interesting to see. They have the same... I want someone to say they have the same move. No, one's different. How is one different? Orton can hit his from anywhere. DDP has to hit his from the side.
No, DDP hits from anywhere, too.
I just want someone to be stupid like Michael Cole to say that.
Well,
interesting one. What do we do for Booker T?
Ron Simmons.
He's never faced Ron Simmons.
Not that I'm aware of.
See, I thought he would have because they're both WCW guys.
Ron came over to WWE before Booker T debuted.
Really?
And then Ron retired. And I think Booker T came in shortly. They crossed over a little bit, but I think Ron retired shortly thereafter. See, Booker's another tough one because he got in with a lot of the legends at WCW and when he came back.
Has he ever actually faced JBL?
Yes.
He has?
Yes.
I'm not talking like, well, probably with the APA, obviously. I'm just talking like the whole Longhorn.
Yeah, no, JBL. Yeah. Interesting one. Owen Hart.
Booker T? That would be very, very interesting. Not gonna lie. Probably Owen with a lot of guys and probably have some.
You could.
Owen.
Again, we were talking about versatility. I mean, he wrestled in the WWE since like '93, I think it was, until his untimely death.
Let's get some tag matches. We haven't done a lot of tag matches. We've done a lot of.
Hey, I got you a tag match.
Okay.
No, I said I got you one. I got the
Well, yeah.
Hardys and the Rockers.
Yeah, that's not a lot. That's one. We've got a.
It's more than you contributed.
I was going to say
Dudley's and LOD.
that's technically a top 10. So
See, I didn't know that.
yeah. So, how about APA and
LOD.
yeah,
I would love that match.
I got another interesting one. APA, Enzo and Cass.
I don't know how well that would mesh. I just honestly, I mean, it would be a good match. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know how well that would go. That's interesting. I would see it just for pure. Just I don't even know what to say. Like,
Aspect of it.
yeah, pure curiosity's sake, I would tune in for it.
It's like APA versus Enzo and Cass. Like, the hell?
You know, it'd be a funny match. The Lucha Dragons versus Rey and Sin Cara. Because it was a different Sin Cara. It was Mystico. Can have the Battle of the Sin Caras again. Because, you know, that worked so well the first time around.
Oh, shit. I had one, then I lost it. What about, the Dudleys versus... No, not the Dudleys. Give me the Usos versus... I wouldn't mind seeing the Usos versus the Hardys.
Yeah.
Or did I already mention that? I don't know. I don't care. We had Dudleys versus APA, obviously.
Yeah. The Brood versus the Shield.
I'm not gonna lie, I see the Shield would be running right through them because...
Well, of course they would, I mean, but...
I'm just saying, well, you have 3 great guys and you have 2 good guys. Well, not, you know what I mean. Yeah.
No, I clearly don't by my facial expression.
Okay, fine. You have 3 good guys with the Shield, and you only
Right.
got 2. I'm not sure how good Gangrel was.
He could hold his own. I mean, he wasn't a slouch. And I think he held a few mid-card titles. But, I mean, you're looking at Edge and Christian, and, I mean, you're just calling them okay. Like,
Well, for the time, they were just okay. I mean,
yeah, but they were still really good, even when they were just okay.
fair enough.
Like, you're shaking it off like they were shit back then, and they really weren't. The Brood is actually probably one of the most interesting groups they've had.
It's probably still your favorite countdown moment when top 10 factions and they overpassed the NWO.
Oh, they should have.
Ooh, there's an interesting one. Shield versus NWO.
Give me the 3 members of the NWO. Are you
Skull.
giving me the original NWO?
Give me the Founding Fathers, Hogan, Hall, and Nash.
That'd be an interesting match. I don't know how that would play. It'd be an interesting match.
I'm not sure. Shit, I'm not sure how well it would work. I'm not sure who you could do it with, but DX and the Shield. You give me Triple H, Shawn, and Pac, I guess.
Yeah, I could see it. If you're gonna go old school, you could throw Rude in there.
As a manager.
I mean, Rick Rude. Rick Rude can wrestle.
I'm not saying he can't.
He didn't, but I'm saying he could. Just saying. And plus, that would make the match a little more interesting.
That's a match that never happened. I mentioned to you that once was Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect. I don't
Again, not to the best of my knowledge, but
think, that seems like it'd be a nice match right there.
yeah.
Or here's a
But they were both heels at the time, so I'm sure it probably never happened.
what about Mr. Perfect versus Dean Malenko?
That'd be interesting. I don't know how the size difference overall would play, though. I mean, it would be a hell of a match. But Dean would be better suited with, like, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, I can imagine. That's you're asking for a great freaking technical mashup right there. Hell, even against Dean versus Owen, or not Owen or Brett,
Yeah.
Kurt. Oh, there's a match: Kurt Angle versus Dean Malenko.
Yeah.
I don't think we actually got that. I think Dean retired right before
Kurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started fading away at that point. One we missed, Dolph and Shawn.
I can imagine that now.
They'd be beautiful. Full of oversells.
Well, we can go Shawn and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah. I just want to see Tyler Breeze and Dolph Ziggler go at it.
Or we can make it a triple threat. Throw Shawn Michaels, Tyler Breeze, and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels versus Shawn Michaels Light and Shawn Michaels Lighter.
Which one's light, which one's lighter?
Ziggler's Light.
I'm not going to lie. Just seeing that, I want to see 3 super kicks all at the same time.
Just all 3 of them hit each other.
Exactly. I want to see Tyler hit...
Just one awkward triangle.
Yes. Tyler super kicks Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler super kicks Shawn. Sweet chin music to Breeze. Just imagine that. Boom! What did we just put in this? We just watched a triangle super kick. What the hell's a triangle super kick? It's when all 3 men get super kicked at the same time.
It's what you just saw. Yeah.
Hell, give me the Usos and the Rockers.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting matchup. I don't know. I'm excited for the WWE's tag divisions coming up, though. I can tell you that.
Blake and Murphy. I
Fuck
still,
Blake and Murphy.
I still don't know what their thing is.
They have no gimmick. I think their gimmick is to not have a gimmick, which is kind of aggravating.
Well, technically, what is Enzo's and Big Cass's gimmick? Go soft?
Being themselves. I mean, they're douches, but you love them at the same time.
Were they actually heels when they came up?
I don't believe so now.
No. I was gonna say I would love them to be. I would laugh hysterically if they were heels, and also, you're such dicks, we love you, and they just get over.
That's pretty much why they are over. Because again, they're douches, and everybody's like, "Yeah, okay, we can get behind you." Do you think they're going to get called up to the main roster without winning the NXT title, though? And tag titles?
That's hard to say.
Because they just lost another shot at it.
Damn.
This past week, they lost a shot at the titles again. So, it's the Vaudevillains going for the titles now.
Honestly, I would love to see them brought up. But the question is, how do you do that? Because look what happened with Neville. He's floundering now because he just
Because they don't know what to do with them.
Again, what do you do with Enzo and Cass?
Throw them in the mix of tag titles. They're entertaining enough. Give Enzo a mic. Go Dusty Rhodes style on this. Give Enzo a mic. Let him go talk. And put him in the title hunt.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, have the primetime players beat the New Day. And then go, oh, we want new challengers. And all of a sudden, the, whatever you want to call that, I don't even know what they play at the beginning of his song. But you get the... And then it goes in, and they come out, and they go back and forth. There you go. It's set up.
Better yet, don't give me don't have the primetime players ask new challengers. Have the New Day demand they want a rematch because it's a new day. They didn't face me in whatever combination they haven't freaking used yet or whatever against the primetime players. Because I'm sure they use Kofi and Big E. They use probably Big E and Xavier. They probably haven't used Xavier and Kofi. So if they don't use it at the Battleground, let's just assume they're going to use Xavier. They're going to say we're going to use Xavier and Kofi. Have Enzo come on, it's like just have him rip fucking Xavier with.
Just feel like you're not going to win because it's soft.
You lost twice. You know why? Because you're SAWFT. Soft.
And then just how you doing, Chance? I love that they're so over.
And NXT?
Just everywhere. They get chants on Raw, and they have yet to appear on Raw. And we're not even just talking about just post-WrestleMania Raw. Like, there was, 2 weeks ago they got a chant, the How You Doing chant on Raw? Like, yeah. They are so over, they're getting chants on Raw without actually appearing on Raw.
Just ask Finn Balor. He's like, you guys are Enzo and Cass. He's like, you know.
That was a great interview.
It's like, yeah, you guys are big in Japan because of NXT.
It was Ireland, I believe.
Ireland? I thought it was NXT.
No, I think he was watching in Ireland. But your point stays the same.
I just love the chance they do in NXT. Certified G, bona fide stud. Certified G, bona fide stud.
It's such a hardcore crowd, though.
Sure, it's the ECW crowd.
Yeah. Although last week was flat. Calling you NXT fans out. Get loud. They were quiet. It was sad. It's like seeing an abandoned warehouse.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this will be the closing post for Work in Progress. Part 2 of episode uno, I guess. I don't know.
Way to just keep throwing yourself off with all different
Yeah, why
languages.
not? Yeah, why not? I'm sorry. I'm not Endzone Cast. I can't mistakenly add 1 + 1 equals 1 equals
3.14. It's
Yeah.
time to eat your pot.
Yeah, I can't be Enzo. I'm not. I can't get 1 + 1 = pi.
It's because you soft.
Ouch. That hurt.
You know why it hurt? It's because you soft.
God damn it. I walked in that one. Yeah. At least I don't have a selfie stick.
True. Yet.
No.
Come on, you don't want a selfie stick? You're not going to paint it up all
No.
like Tyler Breeze?
No. No. Nope. I love Tyler Breeze, but selfie stick, hell no. Alright, so closing arguments. There's our WrestleMania fantasy matches.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, those are just fantasy matches we got going for you.
Oh, let's face it.
Most of them could be Mania matches.
Sean Steamboat highlighting WrestleMania 39.
Oof.
In their prime. How about that?
Okay, that's fine.
We have a time machine.
So actually, we should go back, and that should be headlining like WrestleMania 7.
Sure, why not?
Or you could spruce up WrestleMania 9. I mean, I love WrestleMania 9, but you can spruce that up a little bit.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. I'm Mike the Maverick Rooker. Follow me on Twitter at Maverick Rooker. Fuck you, Matt.
I still can't believe you gave yourself a nickname. That's all I'm saying.
That is my nickname.
You're not supposed to give yourself a nickname. People are supposed to give you a nickname. I've never heard one person call you Maverick. Except for yourself right now.
That's been my gimmick since the 2K games. Since SmackDown vs. Raw.
Your gimmick is from a Top Gun movie.
I don't know where I got the name from, but it was not Top Gun.
Well, fine, but I'm just saying that's where it is. I've never seen the movie, so I can't tell you who played Maverick, but
That'd be Tom Cruise.
is it Tom Cruise? Yeah, so you're Tom Cruise. How does that feel to be Tom Cruise? He was okay back then, but he's still a douche because he's still Tom Cruise. And you don't get his money.
Yeah, at least I can be douche. I can be a douche, so.
That's not really a win. I'd rather be Val Kilmer in that situation. Yep. I said it. I'd rather be Val.
Vicky Vale? Okay.
Not Vicky Val. If we're going Batman, I'm obviously Batman. I mean, shit.
Hey, you want to go in the comic books now? We're trying to close out a wrestling podcast?
Well, I'm just saying, this is what you're trying to be Tom Cruise over here. First of all, you're like 8 feet too tall.
Well, he's a short little guy, isn't he?
He is. Short little Tom Cruise.
Just sign off, will ya?
Alright, guys. Follow me at mshiz90 on Twitter.
All right. Peace out, folks.
Soup.